We're employees of corporate America, where we get bullied, we report it to our manager and HR, and then we get fired. We're employees of corporate America, where one person gets fired for productivity issues, and then they hire two to do that same job. We're employees of corporate America, where we have candidates come in for 5 rounds of interviews and waste their time, and then we hire our friend who knows nothing about the position. We're employees of corporate America, where we're expected to work 50 hours while we get paid for 40. We're employees of corporate America, where we are required to attend back-to-back meetings, and then they ask, why isn't your work getting done? We're employees of corporate America, where we give new hires huge bonuses, but we do not give retention bonuses to our existing employees. We're employees of corporate America, where we make record-breaking profits and we reward our teams with pizza parties. Yum. We're employees of corporate America, where micromanagement has been normalized. We're employees of corporate America, where we encourage you to speak up because you're in a safe space. And then when you speak up, we target your performance and then we terminate you. We're employees of corporate America, where we fire you for being smarter than your boss.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in this episode, you're going to be listening to Black women talk about the experience in corporate America. And from what each of them are talking about, this makes me think about one thing, how toxic it is to work in corporate America and how corporate America is a hellish of a nightmare, you know, right? And some are gonna be telling us how they ended up on the other side and what they did to conquer corporate America. Right, guys, let's watch and then we come back and talk about it. You can let us know your thoughts and opinion on the comment section. Also, consider subscribing if it's your first time here, right? Let's watch and then you come back.
Generally, I don't think anybody understands what bullying is until they start working in the corporate world. Let me tell you my story. So when I started out my career in Germany, I started out in banking. And I remember coming in the first day of work. From the moment I walked through the door, I just knew something was wrong. After my manager introduces me, one of the ladies comes to me and says, Erika, bei uns darf nur die Chefin High Heels tragen. Bitte was? You wanna bully me for wearing high heels while you can barely find balance in your New Balance sneakers? Girl, please. Ulrike, nein. But when I tell you, the next few months were literally some of the worst times of my life here in Germany, honestly. I was literally cut off from anything you could think of. All the projects. The comments that these people used to make, they weren't even trying to hide. They made fun of literally every single thing about me. From my looks to the way how I was, to my body, the way I talk. Ah, man. And so after they cut me out, of course, I was like, okay, you're not going to cut me out because I need work to do. I came up with my own project and then I went to the boss and I was like, okay, I really have this amazing thing. It would be absolutely beneficial for your team. If you give me the green lights, I'm going to work on it for the next few months that I'm still here. She was like, yeah, of course, go ahead. Next day, I presented to the same team and hell breaks loose. This 50-something-year-old man stands up and shouts at the top of his lungs that I needed to be fired. What an entitled human being I am. I should be grateful Germany offered me such an opportunity. Oh my God. You don't get to tell us what you do. We tell you what you do. Yo, I spent the rest of the day that day literally in the bathroom crying. I cried out every tear that you could ever think. But it was the day that I swore nobody will ever make me feel that way ever again, ever.
It seems like when you're the quiet Black girl or woman in the workplace, that you would think it would be peaceful and you would be under the radar. But unprovokingly, you trigger people who are bothered by your quietness. And like I said, it's even more of a struggle when you're a Black girl or woman in the work environment, especially in a corporate environment or any work environment. Because when we're quiet, it causes people to really feel the need to do research and study us and investigate. It triggers them to want to learn more about us and try to understand why are we so quiet. It seems as if we can't be quiet in peace because it comes off as if we're not a team player. or as if we're being passive or dismissive and we have a bad attitude because we're quiet. It's not looked at as we're just peaceful. It's not looked at as we're just very serious about our work and we just want to get in, do our jobs, and go home. It's not looked at as maybe we have social anxiety and we do better in more of a peaceful or solo setting. No, we can't be quiet in peace because it seems as though it sets us up for sabotage. Because we're quiet, it triggers people who feel rejected by us because we're not kissing up to them or we're not trying to be friendly with them or make friends with them.
Not all skin folk is kinfolk, especially in the workplace. I remember this one time, and it literally haunts me to this day because it was so unprovoked. I remember I started a job as a receptionist in a hotel, and there was this black guy who worked with me at the front desk, and this was within like a couple of days of me joining. He unprovoked, we were having a conversation, unprovoked was like, oh, I would never date, like I don't date black girls. The attitude's just too much. Like even my mum, she's got bad attitude. To make matters worse, whenever I would come into work with a new hairstyle, everyone would compliment me. And he would always say in front of people, is that your real hair? And you're black. And then he would just do little things to like take the piss out of me in front of other people. Like he would draw me out in the work group chat that was filled with everyone. Like he was such a weirdo. Such a weirdo.
Let's talk about what not to do as a black woman in corporate America. There are certain lessons they don't teach you in orientation, but you learn them through experience, through side eyes in meetings, through feedback that's not really feedback, and through people underestimating you before they even met you. So here's my list of some things not to do and some things to do if you want to keep your peace and your power intact. Number one, this one to me is just like self-explanatory and you should already be doing this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Never add your coworkers on social media. I don't care how friendly they seem, work friends are work friends. Keep your personal life off of their timeline. They don't need to know where you brunch, who you date, or what your opinions are, or what you're doing on a random Sunday night. Number two, never let microaggressions slide. I don't sweep anything under the rug. Not tone, not comments, not the compliments that really aren't compliments. If you say something racist, stereotypical, or simply out of line, I will make you uncomfortable. Number three, never let people make you feel like you do not belong in the room that you're in. You worked hard to be there. You earned your seat. Do not shrink, do not over-explain, and do not feel like you have to prove why you deserve to speak. Number four, always have a paper trail. My God, today. Documentation is protection, period. Keep receipts, take notes, forward confirmation emails to your personal account if your company allows. Because when things go left, and in corporate America, sometimes they do, you will be glad you had timestamps, screenshots, and facts. What my girl from Salt Lake City say?
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, in everything.
Because your word alone won't always be enough. But guess what? Them receipts, that proof, it's gonna speak loud. Number five, don't let them silence your voice in meetings. You have ideas, you have perspective, you have value. And if someone tries to interrupt you or say your idea louder, like they just came up with it, because let me tell you, boy, does that happen. You stop them politely, but directly. Actually, I just said that. Let me finish my thought. Yeah, don't let them take credit or dim your presence. You belong in that conversation. Number six, protect your peace. Every battle is not yours to fight. You can clap back strategically, but not emotionally. Document it, report it, and then move accordingly. Because the goal is longevity and legacy, not burnout. Learn to step back, log off, or take that PTO day before they take it from you. Number seven, don't let them box you in. You're not the diversity hire. You're not just the black perspective. You are strategy, creativity, leadership, and innovation. If you want to help with the DEI committee, that's fine. But don't let them limit your contribution to culture when you bring so much more to the table. You can care about representation and still demand high recognition for your results. And last but not least,
Never lose yourself trying to fit in. My God, today. You do not have to code switch yourself into exhaustion to be respected. You can be polished and authentic, professional, and proud of who you are. Because when you start watering yourself down to make others comfortable, you start disappearing. And we're not disappearing anymore, we're showing up. So yeah, being a Black woman in corporate America, that just triggered me, is not easy. It comes with its challenges, but once you learn how to protect yourself, set boundaries, and stand on business, you realize you can thrive in any room they put you in.
Rules for surviving the workplace. Number one, you are not Betty the motherfucking builder. Okay? Stop going into these jobs trying to build and create structure and all that. No, you are not. Because you go in there, you're going to be stuck doing that shit forever. And you're never going to be able to move on to other things because they're going to want to keep you right here. Okay? That's rule number one. Number two, you are not they fucking mammy. Okay? You are not a mammy. Coming in, laying their head on you, and you the office diary. No. Okay? When you go to work, be very professional, personable, but you ain't got to be everybody's fucking mammy in there. You understand? Thank you very much. Lastly, you need to learn how to cry. Okay? On demand. You understand? Because they know how to do that. You need to learn. If you are somebody that is tough as rocks, you need to figure out your soft spot. And when you are in the workplace, you are a delicate little flower. A princess, if you will. You understand? Well taken care of. Okay? You are not their strong Black woman. You are a delicate little flower. You got that shit? Thank you very much. Have a good ass day.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the videos we just played you. All these experiences just points to one thing, how toxic working environments can be, because while they're talking in terms of being a woman, also being Black in a white dominated corporate area, you know, also you can think about the office politics that normally goes on in establishment here. I do believe that it's not only their area of expertise, but all over the world, people have different things they can talk about here. But today we are focusing on their experiences. I'd like to point out the girl who was working in Germany. Yeah, you know, can you imagine, guys, in a world where you're working so hard to become the best version of yourself in order to serve your what is it called, establishment better, yeah, and then somebody gets mad at you for doing your job the way you're supposed to be doing it, right? I do believe that most of these cases that we've had today, most of them have to do with racism, and I do believe that those white people they were working with couldn't fathom the idea that a woman, and more so a Black woman, could have better ideas than them, most especially in the case of the girl who was working in a German company, right? And this happens a lot, because this is not the first cases we are hearing about this. There's another one, a very famous one we like talking about, where a woman was fired by her HR manager, right? And this HR manager was angry at her just simply because she didn't respond to office drama. She wasn't obligated to greet people. She was just there living her life and doing her job. Can you imagine someone getting mad at you for being just you and doing your work? I mean, what are you being paid for? Not if you don't feel like greeting people, maybe because of the personal relationship you have with that person, then it should be okay. But why should you be fired for not doing? It's not that they're firing you because you didn't deliver on your job. You're being fired based off of somebody else's personal opinion about you, you know. Right. And when you talk about the woman who was giving her checklist about how she survives in corporate America, you know, I feel like for someone to even get to a point where they have a checklist of things to do, then the situation was that serious, you know. And also, I do believe that there was once a white woman who went viral on TikTok, and we even did her video last year, and she was explaining why white women are jealous of Black women. I do believe that such situations are happening in the corporate world because to some extent Black women intimidate white America, especially white women. And then, guys, can we talk about how there's a lady from the speakers who was talking about how you simply get fired. You know, if you do your job correctly, you get fired. And they create this false narrative where you're feeling safe to go and talk about the things you're going through, only for them to use what you talked about to come and fire you in the name of it is a safe space. How many of you have gone through this ordeal? You know, for someone to make you feel like here it's a safe space and you can just talk about the issues you're going through, and then for them to turn around and come and use it against you, that has to be very, very bad. And like, it really breeds that toxic environment you're talking about. But I feel like also maybe they're doing this, a lot of these establishments are doing this just because the competition, they want to bring that unhealthy competition, because you tell me why, and then they know, I feel like they know that they can quickly replace you with someone else who's also desperate for that job, you know, so that it really creates that toxic work environment. But also, again, it doesn't matter whether you're good or not, so long as you're black, so you are more prone to getting fired in these companies, because there's also a woman who said that you can be 10 times qualified more than your white counterparts, yet they'll find a reason to fire you just so they can add 2 more white people in a position they said they were firing you, and or they were conducting a redundancy. Right. And from what I get from all these women who had a checklist of what not to do, what I got from them was that black women tend to mother people, and they tend to they're nurturing. That's it. They're nurturing, and they tend to give more of themselves than what was required. Exactly. And they say don't do that because people take advantage, and that would be the reason why they will never get promoted because they like seeing you in that position so that you can take care of that specific thing. There was another black woman who was talking, not in this video, it's an unrelated video, who was talking about how she used to work in a company where all the new employees would come and they would go through her. She would train them. They become very good because she was also good at what she was doing. And then when every time came for promotions, you know, she would go apply for a promotion, they didn't pick her. Every time she would apply for a promotion, they didn't pick her. But the people she was training, who happened to be white, they would just apply once, get promoted, apply once, get promoted. So for a long time, she watched a lot of people who passed through her hands, who she trained, get promoted. And she asked herself, why is it that she's not being promoted? Because it's not that she's not good at her job. As a matter of fact, she was so good to the point where she was tasked with the new employees to train them how to do whatever was required, you know. But personally, you could see that that wasn't even a question of her skills. It was a question of, you know, her color, and that is why she was not getting promoted. So guys, I don't know, have you found yourself, I know a lot of people have their own testimonies and their own experiences to talk about, but you can let us know in the comment section, have you been through this situation? Right, personally, I do feel like hearing these women speak, I do feel like when white companies hire black people, for the most part, it's usually because the black people are a token in the company, for them to show that they're diverse and their hiring process is diverse, you know. Right, and it doesn't even matter that these people are qualified or not. Of course, it doesn't matter for them, so long as they can just show, see, we have a black employee, it won't matter. So the fact that they're putting you there, already they know they're not putting you there to advance your career or to promote you or to do this and that. It's just to pass time, and then they get rid of you, they get another person to show, see, we have a black employee, you know. But I don't know, guys, let us know on the comment section what you think about this video. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and we'll catch you on our next episode. Thank you so much for always watching our episodes.